everyone, I am going to be doing this page from, but it's actually a double page, from World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. Now this will be an ongoing series, but I'm not going to do day after day after day of the same page. There's a lot going on here. I'm just going to fit them in where and when I can. I'm about to have our bathroom works done tomorrow, so I'm just going to make a start and see how I go really. I've got planner things to do, I've got other things as well, so it might just be a bit of a bitty series where I do one sometimes and then move on to something else. Now I don't even know whether I'm going to do the same pencil for all of them, but I've got my new Schpirerr Farben Pencils, and I've got the swatch chart here which I made. This is actually the order they came in the tin, and I actually really like the order. Shock horror. So I've left it as it is, and I've done the swatch chart. There are a few spelling mistakes on this completed swatch chart, but I think I've corrected them in the one that you can use to swatch yourself. But that's done, and I can do some comparison swatch charts as well for those of you who don't have these pencils, but I thought it will be a nice opportunity to have a play with them and show you what they're like. So I'm going to come in closer and then try and get my book at the right angle. My screen is really squiffy, there we go, but the things aren't, so I'm just going to move the swatch chart to the side. So we're just going to do this one today. It's just a simple floral. Now I'm going to have a look. What colour should we do? Well, let's start with, I'm thinking about, let's try blending and see how they blend. I'm quite keen on this colour, Carnation. I think it's that one. Yeah, so this is a pink, and it's very unusual for me to be keen on a pink, but there we go. It's quite a nice pink, and there is a slightly lighter one called Blooming Bouquet as well. And yeah, I'm just going to use those to start with. So let's grab the Carnation. I'm going to use this for the petals. Sorry, I'm dithering a bit because I'm not 100% sure of what I'm doing. So I want it a bit darker in the middle, so I'm going to layer it up a bit here. I'm going to ignore the line in the petal. We'll play with that later, and then just sort of fade it off, and then we use our lighter one on the tip like that. They go down so nicely. I know I sound surprised. They're not, you know, they're not a set I've had before. Then I guess they're a budget set because they're probably less than £1 per pencil, but certainly not budget cheap. You know, they're sort of, I would say, mid-range, and they seem so lovely, so I'm really pleased. I was sent these as a gift, so lucky. Lovely Claire sent me these and the Chroma Flows, and I'm sure she said there's a book on the way. So generous. Right, so that is that. Now we're going to go in with our lighter pink. This is the Blooming Bouquet. Blooming Bouquet. That's what I thought of my flowers this morning. I think I told you in a previous video that my husband had got some free flowers from our supermarket. He shopped at the end of the day, and oh, excuse me, the flowers were nearly dead, but I popped them in a vase and left them in the kitchen and sort of ignored them. I'd filled them up with water a bit. This morning I took them out of the vase and they were all mouldy. I'm such a good person at looking after the flowers. That's what prompted my husband to tell me, say when I was young, that it was lucky the children cried when they were hungry or thirsty, because I would never remember. I do remember. That's only because I get hungry and thirsty as well. So there we go. That's that edge. Nice. Now right in the centre, I haven't actually gone right to the middle very well. I think I'm going to bring in a slightly darker colour, in fact quite a bit darker, just to do that central bit. Let's have a go at the fuchsia pink. I don't normally like fuchsia pink, but we'll see how it looks. Yeah, they weren't very nice. So now my vase is sitting by the sink with some bleach in to try and get rid of the mould. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not very good. I can look after people, but plants, not so much. Anyway, right here is this one. Now, these lines here, I think we could put another colour in there on top, something a bit different. I'm thinking maybe the rose luster. Let's have a look, see if I can find it. Is it that one? No, that's the sassy pink. Where is it? Rose luster, it's that way. That. Plum. Just try, sorry, new pencils, don't really know where anything is. That's royal purple. Oh, it's here. I'm getting there. There it is. So it looks a bit sort of purpley pink. I want it to look a bit different. So we'll just block this one in a bit darker. So although it's a purpley pink, I think it goes okay. Like that. There we go. And then we'll do the centre. We could match it with this, but I think we'll try something a little bit different, a bit darker. Let's go for the deep purple. Is it this? Yeah. Ooh. I haven't sharpened any of these yet. I'm just playing with them. Deep purple. So I'm going to try and make it a bit dark on the edges. A bit lighter in the middle. There we go. Now I'm going to grab my blooming bouquet again, and I'm just going to tidy up these a bit by just going over, because I wanted it to be quite pale, but now I've darkened up the rest. I think it can be a bit darker, and it will give me the chance to just make it look a little bit neater, I think. Oh, I think it's going to be hot again today. We had rain in about 5 o'clock this morning, and the air was quite fresh first thing, which was rather pleasant. Ooh, the dustmen are here, all sorts of noise. And I'm going to use the rose luster to do these corner bits. Okay. It's very disconcerting that everything is so sideways in my on my screen, but anyway, it's my screen that's sideways. I need to figure out why. I don't really know what's going on. It's probably the way I've got my camera in the tripod, but I have got a grid on the screen, so I'm trying to make sure that my picture is pretty much lined up with the grid so that it's not so sideways for you. Now I have got this frame all the way around the whole page. I'm not going to do anything with that, probably until I finish the whole double page spread, so I'm not going to worry about that. But we want to do some sort of background behind here, I think. And I'm thinking that maybe a purpley blue. We have something called a periwinkle flower, which is a rather nice sort of mauvey colour. I'm wondering if that'll go. I don't know. I'm doubting myself. I'm not going to know. I think the pale purple will be better because it's got a bit more pink in it. So I'm going to use that in the background. I'm going to put down a layer first, and then I'll think about whether to make it darker or lighter. I struggle to make it lighter, but it looks a bit similar to the colour in the corner, but I think it might just work. We'll see. I don't know what we're going to do if it doesn't work, but anyway. I'm just going to put a layer down. Those pencils go down nicely. It's amazing how noisy those dustmen are through a closed door. But they're collecting and recycling today, which I'll need to go and tidy up actually after I've done this. So yes, as I say, I have a bathroom done next week, so it's very unlikely that I'll be able to do very much recording at all. I know what workmen are like, builders, plumbers, whatever they are. They tend to start early in the morning, like 8 o'clock. So by the time I'm up and organised, I won't be able to get anything done before they arrive. I don't normally start doing any recording until after husband goes to work anyway, unless he's having a day off. So you can see it's a little bit darker on this corner, and that's what I'm going to try and do now, is to layer it up so the edges are a little bit darker. So I'm going to go all the way around doing an extra layer. It will look a bit like a line at the moment, but I'll just show you how I sort of can build this up like that. And then I'm going to just go over this bit and sort of fade it a bit towards the middle. I don't think this colour matches very well, because our flower is a sort of almost orangey pink, and this is definitely a more reddy pink. But I've got an idea. Do you think if I put some orange on top it would work? It's a really out there idea, isn't it? I don't know. Talking to myself. As always, obviously I'm talking to myself. No one's here. I'm wondering if I stick a bit of champagne on top or some cream. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. It might absolutely look terrible, but let's have a go. No, that's not the right one. Let's find the right pencil first. This one. This is called Cream. As you can see, it's like a sort of orangey colour. I'm going to put it on top of this and see if I can change the tone of this to a slightly more orangey pink. You know what? I think it's working. Oh, they do blend nicely. I'm going to go with these corners as well. Doesn't matter if the colour's a bit different to the colour on the flower itself. I don't know whether it's really obvious or not. I'm going to put a bit more on. Now I might not do my others with the same sort of backgrounds. I might do, rather than trying to match the flower, which was a bit of a disaster to be honest, I might try something that's, you know, a contrast. I was thinking after that maybe I should have done like a green background. A bit late now. I'm going to put some of this over here as well. I don't know if it'll show up enough because that's quite intense. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. It's sort of toned it down a bit, but you might not agree. But there we go. There's our first flower. She says not stopping. I'll just keep colouring this forever. It's very entertaining going over the same bit over and over again. So there we go. I'm still tempted to do a little bit of work here. I can see that it's not that even. I'm gonna, just take my blooming bouquet and just have another little go at it. Just to finish it off a little bit more. There, I'm going to leave it there, I think. She says not leaving it there at all, but doing a bit more. There we are. So that was fun, just trying out how the pencils work. I'm pleased with how they're looking. I'm not entirely convinced about my colour combination, but that's my fault, nothing to do with the pencils. But yeah, they certainly go down really nicely. We've got vibrant colour, blending up well, that sort of thing, so that's good. So we'll have another go with another one and see how it turns out. But for now, it is a short video, but thank you very much for watching. Hope that you have a super day and happy colouring.